Hi children, welcome to the class which is discussing about force and friction. In this chapter, we will be discussing about force, its effects, types of forces, etc. Friction or frictional force is one kind of force. We will be discussing about it in the second half of this chapter. Force is basically a push or pull acting upon an object as a result of an interaction. For example, when we are moving a cart to this direction, we are pushing it. When we are moving this cart or any cart to this direction, we are pulling it. So, as a result of an interaction, the object is moving towards or away from us. Interaction means the action happening between the object and the person. Here we can see that the object is moving in the direction of force applied. That is, when we are pushing something, it moves away from us. And when we are pulling something, it moves towards us. Second example is when we are kicking a ball. What is happening? We know that an interaction is happening between the ball and our leg, right? As a result, it got pushed by our leg, then it is moving away. Third example is opening a drawer. Here, an interaction is happening between our hand and the drawer. We are pulling the drawer for opening it. So the drawer is moving towards us. Fourth example is lifting a bag from the floor. There we are pulling it. But when we are dropping a bag, we are pushing it. That is, whatever moving towards us is as a result of pulling, and whatever moving away from us is as a result of pushing. Fifth example is closing a door. Is it a pull or push? When we are closing a door like this, it is moving away from us, so it is a push. But when we are closing a door like this, it is moving towards us, so this is the pulling. Sixth example is drawing a bucket of water from a well. While drawing a bucket of water from a well, the bucket with the water is moving towards us as a result of interaction between our hands and drop to which bucket is tied. So, it is an act of pull. This act of push or pull caused due to an interaction is called force. The force has different effects. Here in this chapter, we will be learning about 5 effects of force. They are: a force can move a stationary object, a force can stop a moving object, a force can change the speed of a moving object, a force can change the direction of a moving object, and a force can change the shape and size of an object. All these 5 effects are familiar to us in our daily life. Let's discuss about each of them in detail with the help of few examples. First one is a force can move a stationary object. Stationary object means an object which is at rest position. For moving an object, we have to either push or pull that object, right? That is, we have to apply some force. For example, here you can see a ball at rest. When we are applying a force by pushing it, the ball starts to move. Thus, we have observed that a force can move a stationary object. Pulling a suitcase on its wheels and lifting a box from the ground are a few other examples of how stationary objects can be made to move by applying force. The second effect of force is that a force can stop a moving object. For stopping a moving ball, what will we do? For that, we will apply some force on it using our hands or legs. That is, we can stop a moving object by applying a force in the direction opposite to the movement of the object. Another example is that when we catch a ball moving towards us, our hands exert a force in the opposite direction of the moving ball. Even when we are not applying any forces, we used to see that the ball or toy car or coins on a carom board stops moving by themselves slowly. It is because of the opposing force exerted by the surfaces on which it is moving. We will call such force as frictional force. We will be discussing about frictional force later in this chapter itself. So we can say that an object can be stopped from moving by applying a force by a person in the direction opposite to the moving object, or a body can also stop on its own due to the force of friction. We will be discussing about other effects of force on an object in next class. Till then, take care. Thank you.